Are you among flu shot hesitating mom and dad? A survey shedding light on how guardians feel about youth inoculations. The World Health Organization has assigned immunization aversion as one out of 10 driving dangers to worldwide well-being. Another investigation reports that show 1 out of 4 guardians is hesitant about getting their kids vaccinated, against seasonal flu. Just 6% of guardians are reluctant about other routine youth inoculations. Having a flu vaccine is not expected to prevent other people from getting sick. However, it can decrease the risks, alongside shielding among at-risk relatives, including senior citizens. Researchers examined over 3,000 survey data among guardians of youngsters within an age limit of 1st to 18th years. Although almost 26% of guardians were hesitant to get influenza vaccination for their kids, just 6% was reluctant about other regular vaccination programs. An eye-opening survey to researchers. Scientists were astounded by the degree of reluctance for the flu immunization among guardians this year. Previously, assumptions regarding the efficacy of youth vaccines, including flu vaccines, were altogether different. After a study, scientists concocted the way that 70% emphatically concurred that standard youth immunization is successful, while just about 1/4 of guardians firmly concurred that flu immunizations are powerful, so those outcomes were truly astonishing to them. A bunch of scientific analysis is not specifically linked to the current COVID-19 pandemic, but they bring interesting concerns regarding how a potential COVID-19 shot could be administered. Multiple reasons for reluctance or the delay. Immunizations inspire all of us in a manner to create real antibodies that will never make us receive the sort of preventive estimates that we are all wrestling with this moment. Scientists found that a few causes, especially getting more members in a family or being single and childless, were corresponded with such a further extent of immunization hesitance. Maybe you can assume, yes, I received the vaccine shot earlier in the season, but it's getting sick. Maybe they have seen posts via web-based media that state that immunization is a poorly lousy notion. Specialists are still investigating the fact to make sense of where families are now and on the off chance that they can furnish them with data and affirmation. They attempt to disperse those fantasies as they need their patients and different families to settle on the best choice with the correct data. It's indeed important to remember that perhaps the shot against the flu is inappropriate research. Multiple strains rotate every flu season. But since early flu shot developed in anticipation of the flu season, this can differ based on how successful this is in a particular season. News headlines bang on concern, hesitant parents. There are few reasons behind deep concern, one out of which reflects the confusion between the immunization and the rotating strain of flu. A part of those records from social media and online networks has impacted parents who are reluctant to work. While the seasonal influenza vaccine doesn't always live up to expectations, specialists state there is still a lot of explanation behind guardians and their children to get immunized. The examination has demonstrated that both suppliers and guardians need to recollect that, in any event, when the immunization undeniably coordinated with the flowing strain, it will diminish the seriousness of the ailment and has appeared to lower the hospital stay and adverse outcome. Young kids must get their seasonal flu shot, for their wellness, and most significantly because they are a gateway to high-risk populations such as the senior citizens. Experts' anticipation. Specialists state falsehood from the counter-inoculation development has made it significant for clinical experts to stand up. Specialists accept that as a general public, alongside significant expert associations like the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, they can do better to be more efficient in combating misconceptions. From a general well-being viewpoint, it might be possible to change individuals' conduct than their minds. They do accept that there is at present a crowd who are more reluctant, and for those guardians, it tends to be difficult to alter their perspectives. The best approach to overcome this is with a trustworthy physician who has observed a parent for some time, to state they emphatically prescribe the vaccination and address any inquiries guardians have. COVID-19 shots outlooks. Although there isn't a COVID-19 shot accessible yet, it has been observed by numerous individuals as the vaccination that would reintroduce a sense of stability within communities. Anti-immunization advocates have already voiced skepticism about the trusted origins of this proposed shot. Have a look at a statistical report. After surveys, scientists analyzed that 2,176 guardians in February 2019 utilizing an online board and an adjusted 5-point vaccine hesitancy scale found that 12% firmly concurred, and 27% to some degree concurred, that they stressed over apparent genuine reactions of youth and influenza shots. And keeping in mind that 70% firmly concurred that standard youth shots are compelling, merely 26% said they considered influenza immunizations. Parental inoculation perspectives and specialized strategies. Guardians need to do what is best for their kid, even the individuals who pose inquiries. While each parent is unique and not all strategies for imparting work for each parent or doctor, underneath is a short survey of parental vaccination perspectives and communication strategies that already have served to urge people in certain situations. Beginning from scratch. Prioritize the guardian's concerns and fully understand them in a non-judgmental way. Permitting guardians to communicate their interests will build their readiness to tune into the pediatrician's perspectives. Promote organizations with guardians in dynamic and customize these connections. Give essential data first. Ensure the parent comprehends the data. Explain and reaffirm guardians' right convictions about vaccination and correct misinterpretations. Now address the specific efficacy of vaccinations and the risk from adverse impacts. Stay honest on what you learn about vaccinations and what you don't know. Give guardians vaccine information statements, instructive assets, and dependable web destinations. Customize the data given to guardians dependent on social convictions, immunization concerns, and education levels. This is an ideal open door when we need to step back and explain why influenza shots are shielded and convincing, and explain the option not to get immunization is probably not a risky choice, it is just a choice to face an alternative threat.